For question number 24, we look at figure 1. In figure 1, we see that the site where the discharge was measured currently for the Jones River is here. In the question, they tell us to go to the north and assume that the discharge data was collected from here, where the location of the rainfall event is, at the Jones River. Further, we see in study 1 that the maximum discharge immediately after a rainfall event is called a flood. Also, over the 12 days following the rainfall event, as the flood caused by the rainfall moved downstream, the discharge was continuously measured in meter cube per second at 3 sites shown in figure 1. Now we can see that there's a particular peak out here, which is particularly called the flood, since it has the maximum discharge. This is when the data was collected from here. This peak indicates that the rainfall which happened out here fell and came downstream to this particular point. Initially, for the first few days, there was no particular peak that was recorded. However, since the rainfall went downstream, as mentioned out here, at this particular point there was a peak that was recorded, which is called the flood. Now, supposing, according to the question, if we measure the discharge data out here where the rainfall is occurring, we would see that there would be no flood or no peak that would be recorded, and there would be a constant graph which would indicate the discharge for the Jones River. The reason being, since most of the particular water of the particular rainfall goes downstream, which is indicated out here, the discharge of the Jones River would remain constant and would not increase at any particular peak. Hence, no flood would be recorded. So, if you look at the options, we would see that options C and D are eliminated since they are irrelevant. Option A states no flood would have been recorded in the data for the North River. We are not taking into consideration the North River. We are looking at the Jones River and the site measured out here. Hence, option A is invalid. Option B states no flood would have been recorded in the data for the Jones River, which is true. Hence, option B is the correct choice.